My journey really started honestly in the middle of the night. I couldn't sleep. And so I was doing a little bit of research, and I came upon some articles about how medical marijuana could help with some of my symptoms. And I just was feeling a little desperate in the moment. And so I found the MedWell website, and I booked my telemed appointment literally from my bed. uh, and and yeah, so it really just kind of started in a moment of desperation. And so I made my appointment, and I had my initial telehealth appointment, and explained, everything that I had going on with the doctor, and ended up getting my recommendation, and went from there. So I sought treatment with medical marijuana for my migraines and my cluster headaches. And honestly, the biggest thing for me, and there's a million studies out there about how important sleep is for you, and the big thing for me is I just wasn't sleeping. I wasn't able to sleep at night. And so when I was able to get my recommendation and was able to start using medical marijuana, it really helped me to get a better night's sleep, which frankly changed my personality in the daytime. Because again, sleep is important in general, but very important to me personally. I just operate on a lot more sleep than I think most people do. So it was really just a huge change at how I felt in the daytime, because I was able to get just such a good restful sleep at night. And then, even sometimes during the day, migraines don't always come on at night. So sometimes during the day, just being able to take something that gives me a little bit of relief and allows me to function has just really made a difference in even just the things I'm able to do on a regular basis. So even, I work remote. And so it's just to just be able to take something that is natural and gives me, fairly quick relief has really just made a difference in my day-to-day. Kind of using some over-the-counter things for my migraines and my cluster headaches. And ultimately, I was getting them so frequently that the side effects that I was having from a lot of the over-the-counter medications were not good for me. And were really causing a lot of side effects. So then I had gone to my regular doctor, and I had gotten prescribed some of the traditional medications that you would get for migraines. And really, I wasn't super comfortable taking them, because I just felt like they weren't really giving me the relief that I needed. And you're limited by how often you can take and how much you can take them. So it really didn't feel like it was covering all of my needs. And so really being able to switch to something that to me is a natural medicine was really important to me, because I just felt like the chemical options they were causing too many side effects, and they just weren't really working for me. I actually weaned off all of those medications entirely. Again, they really weren't working for me, so it didn't really seem useful for me to continue taking them. And I feel like using medical marijuana has really eliminated all of my symptoms. So I haven't felt the need to continue with any of the traditional medications that I was prescribed. So for me, I do prefer edibles versus smoking anything, or any of the, liquid things that you can take. And so I'm more of a gummy girl, and I like that I'm able to sort of dose them depending on how I'm feeling. So I can cut it in half if I don't, especially if I really need to function more during the day. I just feel like the dosing is a little bit easier for me from that perspective. And honestly, they're kind of fun because the flavors are good. So I'm not a big fan of the actual flavor of THC. And so sometimes some of the sublingual things, they leave sort of a yucky taste in your mouth. So I really actually like the gummies because it's a little bit more of a pleasurable way to take your medication. And truly, in comparison to traditional medications, especially, if you have a hard time swallowing pills, some of those medications that they prescribe are gigantic pills. And so if you have a hard time swallowing, it is really nice to be able to take something that's just a little bit of a chewable and is a little easier for dosing. So my recommendation to anyone who is considering medical marijuana or who's on the fence about it would be just to really give it a go, give it a shot. There's nothing hurtful about giving it a try, making the appointment, discussing your options. I have to be really honest. I was a little nervous, and I'm in my 40s, and so there's some maybe stigma associated in my age group about using medical marijuana. And I was a little nervous getting started, but the doctor really kind of explained everything. It's not just about getting high. It has nothing to do with getting high. It really is healthcare. And so it really made me feel a lot better about choosing medical marijuana. And then again, the results speak for themselves, because it's night and day from the symptoms I was experiencing, the pain I was in, and how much better I feel now. My experience with MedWell was actually really great. Like I said, it was super convenient that I was able to make the appointment, again, in a moment of desperation in the middle of the night. And the fact that I was able to do telemed was also super convenient for me. I was able to do it from the comfort of my home, and at my convenience. And so that was really nice. And, the doctor really walked me through everything, point A to point B, like what it meant to get started, where I needed to go to get my medical marijuana, all of the registration things that I would have to do. It can seem like a very daunting process, but they really do kind of help you and walk you through. And actually there's a lot of information on the website that's really great. There's a patient journal, a patient guidebook that is really helpful. So they really do sort of give you all the tools that you need to be successful with your treatment.